Heyday Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Begin by painting your thumbnail white and your pointer, middle, pinky, and ring nails light blue. On your thumbnail with brown paint, we're going to be painting the logo. So I'm going to start by writing out each letter, and as I'm going, I'm going to be filling in around those letters, making them a little bit thicker and kind of getting rid of some of their details. And this will create a shadow effect so that we can layer on another color and give it kind of a cool effect like the logo has. So right above the center of my nail, I'm going to be writing hey, and below that day. And then to either side of Heyday is like a piece of wheat. So add some of the stalk and then a couple of like the leaves, and then finish it off on the other side. So now, as I mentioned, I'm going to be using a bright green, and I will be rewriting in Heyday. And since you do have some of those little defining factors like the tops of the H and the A and the Y, you can tell where each letter goes, and it actually is going to be quite easy to fill in this section. And then with yellow, fill in the piece of wheat. On your pointer nail with a flesh tone, we're going to be painting the pig's head and a little bit of its neck. So start with like a half circle near the, or like in the middle of your nail, and then on either side of that half circle, we're going to be adding little bulges for our piggy's cheeks. And then bring those around to the chin. And then to one side, you're going to want to add the neck or the body area. So even though you are covering up that like the detail of where the cheek is, painting that first is still going to tell you where it's going to be. And then add 2 ears. So now I'm going to be adding some lowlights, and I'm using just darker shade of the same paint. And so I'm going to be adding a lowlight under the chin and then in each ear. And I'm going to be painting the snout area with this darker color. So that's like an oval in the center of his face, and then just some lines going around to show where the wrinkles of his face are. So with black, I'm going to be adding the nostrils, and these kind of remind me of watermelon seeds. Maybe I'm just strange, but like a teardrop shape. And then I'm going to be doing some outlining and adding his eyes. And the pig's eyes, one of them is smaller than the other one, so don't forget to do that. And also add a nice big smile. And when you're outlining, try and make your lines as thin as possible. I know it's not always easy, but try your best. And as you can notice, the ear that's to the left, I am not outlining between the head and the ear, but the ear on the right, I am. Okay, and then add a little white dot in each eye for a reflection, and then little teeth in his mouth. Okay, on your middle nail with sort of a caramel or orange-brown color, I'm going to be painting the cow's head. And with the cow's head, because his actual nose area is pink, I'm not going to paint that part. I'm just going to wait and do that later with a pink. But I'm going to be filling in all the other areas. And ears. So then, as I mentioned, with light pink, we're going to be painting our cow's nose. And don't forget to add little triangles on either side for where his nostrils are going to be placed. Okay, so now with white, I'm going to be painting two big round eyes. And like the pig, one of the eyes is bigger than the other one. So now with off-white, and I know it's hard to tell that it's not white, but it is, just a little bit off-white, add two horns. And then with red, add a nice big tongue coming out of his mouth. So then with that color that you used, the caramel color for the head and the neck, add some eyelids. This is also a good time if you need to touch up anything that you covered up to fix it with the caramel. So then with black, I'm going to be adding the nostrils, and the nostrils are just kind of like little scribble shapes. And then I'm going to be adding all the rest of the details, like the mouth and pupils, and then outlining. And add a line down the center of the tongue. Okay, so on your ring nail with an off-white and the same thing, you'll be able to see the difference in the color once we add the eyes on the sheep. But we're going to be painting kind of like a half circle off to the one side of our nail. And then with a brown, we're going to be painting the sheep's head. So start off with painting a circle. And then add his nose coming out from one side. And then add an ear. So now with white paint, add the two eyes. And it is a little bit hard to tell in the video, but you can see that the off-white is white. And this is the reason you want it off-white, so that the eyes show up. And now we're going to be outlining everything and adding pupils and that little triangle and line for the nose. So the nose area is almost like a Y shape, so it's got the triangle or the angle at top, and then the line coming down through the snout. And the pupils on the sheep are like a U. And on your Pinkie, we're going to be using the off-white color once again and painting the chicken's body, which is like a backwards L. And then we're going to be painting a rounded W on top of that backwards L. And this is with red, and then just a little line below. And then add a yellow beak. And two white eyes. And the chicken's eyes are very big, so you want them to look huge on the chicken. And now I'm going to be outlining him and adding his pupils. And add a wing here as well. You don't need to add that or do anything different before, but it's good to show that off when the outlining. And of course, add a layer of top coat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my design. Please share your recreations with me on Facebook and Twitter, and I will see you in my next video.